scored 30.
Sam Smith, he's non-binary, isn't he? Or is it a different Sam Smith?
Different Sam Smith. Different Sam Smith. Sorry. Look who's decided to show up after his little skiving session.
It's got to be done, man.
He's beaten up the caravan. He's back for a match preview for Sunderland versus Cambridge. Absolutely another massive game on Saturday. This one's a 3 o'clock kickoff. We'll be digging a vlog on that. Also, stay tuned for later on in the week. More details on the giveaway because we've hit 4,000 subscribers. Took a long time, but we finally got there. Let's get on with the rest of the video. So just before we talk about Cambridge in the up-and-coming game, we're going to crack on about Plymouth. For me, I thought we cancelled each other out. Two very even teams, both gone for the playoffs. So, you can't expect to win every game. And I thought it was a decent point, to be honest, especially with us beating Shrewsbury and getting 3 there. Do you know what? I thought putting 09 at left wing back?
Left wing back
he started at left wing back. And I think it was just to combat Session, his raw pace, and just try to rough him up and keep him out the game.
Gus O'Nine's known for his pace.
No, Jesus.
I think he was just there to wind him up and stop him in his tracks, basically, because he'd stand in front of a train for your O'Nine.
He would. And, it was noticed because he gave him a couple of slaps throughout the game. And also Kamara and all down that right-hand side, then you had Innes. Them 3 were a threat all game for me. So, listen, they're hard to score against. And now, we're unbeaten in 10 games. Where would you say that the game gone that way?
Plymouth game, I seen the same as you pretty much. We'll cancel each other out. We all went there. We wanted the win, but you've got to look at it realistically. If you look at the Plymouth's form record, their last 6 games, they'd won all 6 and conceded no goals. Mm-hmm. So now after us, they haven't won 7, but they've still not conceded at home in 7 games. So they're very well organised defensively, which we're seeing on Monday. It's still in our hands. Yes, we drew, but you know what I mean. A win would have been great, but I think if you look at the way some of the other results have went, and the fact we've got a draw at Plymouth, I think it could have been a lot worse with the way they've been playing. So I'm fairly happy with it. Like I say, it's still in our hands, so it's all to play for.
Yeah, I totally agree. Listen, last night the results went for us. Yes,
Chef
Wade won, but listen, Rotherham dropped points and MK Dons.
Rotherham's taking a Sunderland.
They are. They're dropping like a lead balloon. Do you know what? It's funny that the MK Dons are starting to drop points as well.
They've tied themselves out.
Right.
How many times, not just this season, last season, the season before, we've went on get long promising runs where we've thought this is it,
Aye.
And then we've just freaking dropped off and lost God knows how many in a row. But that's what we've been saying.
Oh, no, go on.
That some people have been saying we're hitting form at the right time. So we had our bad spell and now we're hitting form at the right time, whereas other teams hit form when shooting up the league, like MK Dons and Plymouth and things like that, and then they've dropped off. So hopefully they'll keep dropping off and then we can finish the season as strong.
Well, looking at last night's results, like you were saying, they kind of went away, but them teams for me, and I know there's still a mathematical chance, Stephen's favourite word, that we could gan up automatically. We could, if we win our last 3 and results gan our way, we technically could dig it. It's an outside chance, I know. But last night, them results for me, I was happy, but I would be looking at the likes of Morgan, fucking Wickham, the Plymouth, them type of results, so we can cement a place in the top 6 to get the playoffs. Because at the minute we're in 7th. We've got a game in hand and it's the Rotherham game, but you've got to win them games, like you said.
Of course you've got to win them. I mean, if you look at other fixtures, Plymouth, you've got Wigan. They're 1 win away from winning the league, right. and then their last game's MK Dons, also pushing for the automatics. So Plymouth have got 2 extremely hard games coming up. Wickham have got Chef Wade, who seem to be hitting form at about the right time as well. And Burton have got nothing to play for. They're just surprising people with they're getting stuffed off a team they shouldn't be, and then they're coming up with results where you would think that you wouldn't expect them to. Chef Wade have got Wickham, who's fighting for the playoffs. Fleetwood, who's frigging in a relegation battle, and then Portsmouth, who yet again they've not really got now to play. Well, they've got now to play for, but they're doing well at the minute. They're coming up with results.
The flying patch. Just quickly touch on them. They've been getting some really good results recently. And you know what? They probably left it a little bit too late.
Well, I think in one of the previous videos we did, we wrongly predicted our top 6.
Oh God!
And but we said Portsmouth have left it a bit too late. And I thought Chef Wed had as well, but obviously they've fucking
caught back up.
They've proved us wrong. But
our last couple of games, obviously we've got Cambridge, then we've got Rotherham, then we've got Morecambe away. Listen, you've got to be getting points off all of them games, especially the way Rotherham's dropping, getting beat last night off Burton. I think it was 2-0 in the end. It was 2-0. Aye. So we've got to be. I said this against Plymouth. If we drew against Shrewsbury, we had to beat Plymouth because we beat Shrewsbury. For me, it weren't the end of the world, was it? It weren't the end of the world.
It's in our hands. We win our last 3 games, we guarantee the playoffs at least.
Aye.
You know what I mean? So that's the way we've got to look at it. I mean, there was a list came out. Some of you will have seen it on social media of like all the teams in League One who's conceded the most goals in this and the other. Aye. Now we're in the middle of the list. We're the lowest ones down in the playoff fight, in the promotion fight. But nearly all of them goals were under Lee Johnson. Mm-hmm. If you think about it, we haven't really conceded that many under Alex Neal. So defensively, we're a hell of a lot stronger now than what we were. So if we'd had Neal longer, we would have been way higher up that list. You've got Rotherham still at the top. They've only conceded 29 or maybe 31 after last night goals this season. But they are conceding now because they've like I said, the team of Sunderland, they're now slipping back down the league. And hopefully they'll keep doing it till the end, because if we have to settle for the playoffs, I wouldn't mind them in the final.
That's the point. Would you want... Now, just say for argument's sake, we're just going to get the playoffs. We're not going to get the top 2. Who would you want in there? Because tell you what, I wouldn't. Form team for me is Sheff Wade. I wouldn't want Sheff Wade.
Us and Sheff Wade are the most informed teams in the battle. You'd say you wouldn't want them. So let's say Plymouth. Then again, Plymouth have become well organised. I just want Rotherham. Can I have Rotherham in the semis and then Rotherham in the final? That would be great. No. I mean, to be honest, you're playing them at home and away.
Aye.
So I mean, if we get Plymouth again in the playoffs, get another result like we did at Plymouth like we did on Monday, and then do them at home. You know what I mean? We'll have the fans, the 12th player, as they like to say.
We've beaten them at home already, you know.
Exactly. We're much stronger at home, so I'm not really bothered who we have at home. To be fair, but you know. We've just got to get the fucking job done, basically.
100%. I watched Alex Neal's interview after the game, and he says it was a fair result for cancelling each other out. More or less what we said in the video, in our videos, and on the live stream, where we're just cancelling each other out all over the park. But for me, like, a player who really annoyed me, and I noticed on social media he's coming under a lot of criticism of a lot now, is Jack Clark. The reason being, I didn't like to put too much criticism on players, you know what I mean? He just not put a ball in the box, David. How many times have we said this on this videos? He'll not put a ball in. They're playing him on the right side, so I was thinking, right, you're on the right side, you'll be able to put it in on your right foot. Would he shy dig it? He would not dig it. I didn't know what it is, but a lot of people were saying, how did he last the 90 minutes? What did you think of him when you
I mean, well, I was on my holidays, as you know, but I still went to the pub to watch it, and I was like, he was just horrendous. He was giving the ball away. But like I say, as usual, he wouldn't put a cross in. No. And I mean, the big thing for us at Plymouth was our delivery, our balls to the forwards. I mean, there was a couple of times we went forward. I mean, like I say, that I can't remember what his name was. That defender we had, he was faster than Broadhead. Now that is
Session.
That's the one.
Session, unreal.
And he got back and covered for him, but the balls to Stewart, Stewart was getting slagged, people slating him because he didn't control it better. He's 6'4" and he was at full stretch. No. I'm like, whilst on the move, I was like, no, the delivery's got to be better. But when you've got, for me, he's trying to do too much, too clever.
Well, did you notice? Sorry, Stephen. Alex Neal was saying he didn't say he's tired.
He's fatigued.
That is because he's digging too much.
It's that he's having to do more than what he should be.
Defensive duties as well, you know.
And also, you've got to bear in mind, I think he's played nearly every minute all season.
He has.
I think he's had a couple of games of like a brief injury or something, but he starts every game and he finishes every game. And you know, when you do the work rate what he's doing, because he's not getting the service in the box because people want to put a cross in, he is going to get freaking tired.
I did see a few criticising him, and I just
just ignore him.
You didn't know fuck all. If you're going to see he was, because I seen one person say he was useless. If you're going to see he's useless, you know fuck all about football. Simple as that. He's digging. He gans out on the wing. He drops deep to try and get the ball. He's digging his defensive duties, and when we want to counter attack, where is he? He's in defence.
Exactly.
So he's having to break his neck to try and get forward to get into the box, and that's how he shouldn't be digging all that. But by the by, he is starting to fail it a little bit. Broadhead's there up top. It just comes through January recruitment.
He's still going to come good. He's still going to come good.
I think
he'll get a goal this Saturday against Cambridge. I'm telling you this now. He'll get a goal this Saturday against Cambridge.
In January, I think we should have brought
What's Nate and rest him on Saturday?
I laugh my head off my tongue. Yeah, Stephen. Well, then again, you cannot be resting him.
No, but we've got anybody else.
You cannot win. We need to win these last 3 games, regardless. For me, even just to get into the top 6, because the way teams are playing, and also Oxford had a really good result last night.
If you look at the other results, we don't need to win all three because promotion battlers are playing each other. So people are going to drop points.
But if we lose all three and Oxford win the last two.
Oh, but yeah, I get that. I get that, but still, the people,
Oxford on 75. They've
Plymouth
got
are
like
playing two of the
chance.
battlers. Sheffield's playing one of the battlers. But by the by,
like Oxford have got an outside chance. I know they've got 2 away games, but they're on 75 points, only 2 behind us. But I can't. Obviously, I'm just fucking saying it because I've got to. But I didn't think Oxford will overtake us on out. I honestly do think if we're getting draw against Rotherham and win out of the 2, 7 points, that's us in the playoffs. If we want to try and get the automatics and just put ourselves in that for a chance, we've got to win all 3. Simple as that. And then results have got to go our way. But with teams playing each other, you never know what can happen. Crazy things have happened. This is one of the mentalist seasons we've known since dropping down into this league. These points what we've got now would have normally got you a place in the playoffs. This season it's not. You need to accumulate more. It's crazy, isn't it? It is crazy. But in any way, we're going to touch upon Cambridge. Cambridge, first year in this league. They've got promoted, obviously, at the 12th at the minute. I think they've... Do you know what? I wouldn't say... I think they would agree with us if I said they were overachieved. Their sole ambition was to stay in this league. And the 12th, not only that, they beat the Mags in the Cup. Remember that?
Yeah.
Beat the Mags in the Cup. Well done, Cambridge.
Well done, Cambridge.
That was amazing. That the sellout stadium at the went and won. It was amazing. And do you know who scored?
The first game under the new ownership, wasn't it?
Aye. And do you know who scored it?
No.
Joe Ironside, a smoggy.
Yeah.
I was laughing.
He's their top scorer this season.
But like their last 5, they've lost 2 and won 3. Surprise results in there as well. They beat Wigan and Ipswich, so they can pop up with a decent result. Listen, they've got now to play for. They're neither going up or down, so they've got any pressure. That can only cause us problems, in my opinion.
We've said it in previous videos where when you've got nothing to play for, you play with a lot of freedom. You can do stuff. You can take risks. You can do this because, like, say you've got nothing to play for.
Exactly.
There's no threat. If you try something, it doesn't work. You gaffer it might give you a little clip in the dressing room and call you a muppet. But at the end of the day, it hasn't cost your team now. I mean, they've got the biggest problem. Paul was talking about before is the friggin' Wes Hoolahan. You remember him from his Premier League days at Norwich and things like that, and he's still playing, and he's doing all right for them. To be fair, he's playing behind the strikers.
And how old is he?
He's 39-year-old. He's older than me. Yes, I'm being serious. He's older than me. I'm not 39 yet. I'm only 38.
No, but like I say, Ironside scored 14. Sam Smith scored 13.
Sam Smith, he's not binary, isn't he? Or is that a different Sam Smith?
Different Sam Smith. Different Sam Smith.
Sorry.
And Adam May has got 5 goals. So, looking at it for me, like I say, it's just that pressure. When they've got any pressure on them, I think it can be a tricky game.
As we've proved out, every game will be a tricky game. Shrewsbury ended up being a tricky game after them first 30 minutes. But
Jesus.
me, being the optimist that I always am, as Paul knows, because he likes to always point it out, is I don't see us struggling on Saturday. I see Saturday being fairly straightforward. But at home, there'll be 30,000 plus there again on Saturday. And at St George's Day, so there should be even more and more people out celebrating the fact that they're English, because you're not allowed to these days for some bizarre reason. But get out there, get on the sauce, get to the match, support the lads, and then celebrate St George's Day in style. But I see us being too much for them, especially at home with the crowd behind us, and I can see us winning comfortably.
So, with that being said, Stephen, what's your score prediction for Saturday?
4-0. 4-0 Sunderland.
He's gone for 4-0 to Sunderland.
I've gone 4-0 Sunderland.
I'm going for a bit more reserved scoreline. I'm not as optimistic as Stephen. I'm going to go for a Sunderland 2-0 win. Easy as you like, just a nice, comfortable 2-0 win. And then we can start to think about Rotherham, which is at the Stadium Light again. Is it Tuesday kick-off?
Tuesday kick-off. It's a Tuesday night. Yeah,
Tuesday night.
Quarter 8 kick-off.
That's what I meant to say.
Numpty. But the way Rotherham are doing at the minute, I can't wait to play them. Especially at home, when they get reserves. Revenge on that friggin' 5-0 stuff and they give us.
5-1.
5-1, I do apologise.
Get it right.
I do apologise, sorry.
Right. About the giveaway, I've got today the names and put them in like a number generator thing and pick one out, but I'll be doing a live video of that. I'll be doing it this week. I didn't have time to do it this week, but I will be doing it this week.
I'll be doing it this week, but I didn't have time to do it this week. What do you mean? I'll translate that into normal terms. Is He's going to do it this week, but he hasn't had time to do it so far this week, alright?
It'll be later on in the week, I meant to say. Well, I'll be digging the giveaway. If you didn't want the stuff, right, just eBay it. Simple as that. You know what I mean? That would, if I was you. If you didn't like it, just eBay it or give it to charity or whatever you want.
Today, it's Wednesday, the 20th of April. It's my beautiful wife Rachel's birthday. So I just want to say, happy birthday, babe. Enjoy your celebrations, and I love you loads.
Happy birthday, Rach. Remember to hit the thumbs up on the video.
And subscribe if you're new. Road to 5k, here we go.
How are the lads?